The chill season was the first major update to Splatoon 3. Overall, I think it was pretty good. The highs were highs and the lows were, let's just say, well, they were definitely low. All things considered, I thought the season was pretty fun. The update gave us 2 new maps, a bunch of weapon kits, 3 new brand new weapons, and so much more. With the chill season just about to wrap up, I wanted to look back and see how chill or fire this season was. At the end of the video, we will place this chill season on the season tier list of doom. With all that said, subscribe if you enjoy, and let's get started. We first heard about the chill season on November 14th. A trailer got randomly dropped on YouTube. The trailer opened by showing off the new map, Brinewater Springs. Next we are shown a bunch of new kits, and a few new main weapons. After that, Flounder Heights is revealed to be returning. Also, X Battles are announced as a replacement for X Rank. Just as we think the trailer is about to end, the first big run is revealed to be on Wahoo World. Overall, I really like the trailer. There was a good mix of new and returning content. The new stage, Brinewater Springs, had a pretty mixed reception at first. I thought it looked like the Reef from Splatoon 2, just without the side routes. The map is cramped and has very few options to move around. The only part of the map that I like is the super quick flank out of your spawn. Literally everything else in the map needs to be bigger, better, and more busy. The only version of Brinewater that I sort of enjoy is Clam Blitz. This version of the stage has an incline that lets you get into the enemy base. Why the incline isn't in the other versions of the map, who knows. On a more positive note, Flounder Heights was a great addition to the game. The stage isn't as tall as its Splatoon 1 counterpart, but it's still tons of fun. The stage has lots of ways to get around, and unlike most stages in Splatoon 3, Flounder Heights feels like it actually utilizes swimming up walls. Almost every wall on the stage is inkable. Chaining squid rolls and surges up all of the walls is so much fun. It even lets you get some epic 360 no-scope trick shots. Flounder Heights is probably the closest we'll get to a perfect stage in this game, unless they bring back the Reef. There were a few new weapons added in the chill season, and they were definitely something. I like to call them the Disappointment Trio. They seem so cool in concept, but when you actually use them, they're just kinda sad. First off is the snipewriter 5H. After charging with this weapon, you can shoot up to 5 times with the range of a splatter scope. This may sound super nice in theory, but there's a few big problems. The snipewriter is all risk and comes with so little reward for that risk that it's barely worth using. Why 2-shot someone from splatter scope range when you can just use a splatter scope and only have to hit 1 shot? Snipewriter takes forever to kill, and you can't even store a charge like other chargers. This means that it gets demolished by other longer range chargers, especially E-Leader. This isn't even mentioning its kit. Sprinkler and Tacticaler just have 0 synergy with it. Maybe Snipewriter could be good if it got a decent kit and a buffer 5, but in its current state, I just don't see it being very good. Next up is the Splattershot Nova. It's like if you took an Aerospray and mixed it with a Splattershot Pro, and then dumped a whole container of shot RNG spray. Nova's paint is above average, especially with the buff it received. There's just one big issue. This thing can't kill. Nova is a 5-shot kill. This wouldn't be the worst thing if its shot accuracy wasn't worse than a 96 gal. Your aiming reticle will be fully on a target and your shots just won't go anywhere near them. This can turn your slow 5-shot kill into a 6-shot, 7-shot, and so on. The shot accuracy is so bad that Nova struggles to consistently hit more than a few shots in a row on stationary targets. At least this weapon has a good kit with point sensor in Killer Whale 5.1. If an enemy thought about touching the Killer Whale last week while in the shower, and you land 4 shots, that's a kill. Play this weapon if you're a massive fraud. Finally, the Big Swig Roller, or as I like to call it, Splat Zone's cheese. The Big Swig's big gimmick is that it paints a lot. Big Swig's horizontal flick paints better than a dynamo swing, and it's super fast. The vertical flick also paints really well. Also, you can roll for over 30 seconds with the Big Swig. It even has the same painting width as a dynamo roller. This sounds so good so far, maybe a little bit too good. A weapon that paints this well must have some massive drawbacks. Let's see those drawbacks in action. That's horrendous. Big Swig can't kill unless you are literally kissing your opponents. Also, its kit is really sad. Who thought Splash Wall on a roller that already can't kill would be a good idea? Also, Inkvac is kinda random. Only play this weapon if you're memeing, or just want to make splat zones not fun for the other team. The weapon kits in this update were pretty alright. There were a few standouts, like the Tenatech Splattershot, Custom Splattershot Jr., and the Carbon Roller Deco. There were also a few kits that were just awful, like the Doppeldulies Nouveau and Luna Blaster Neo. The Doppel kit is literally just worse Tetras, and why give Luna Blaster Ultra Stamp, the special that thrives up close, when the main weapon of Luna Blaster already thrives up close? The other kits added weren't offensively bad or super good, they were just okay. I'm happy with most of the kits, but why are 5 of the 13 weapons added suitors? Surely this won't happen again, right? Right? X battles were added as the big new mode for the update. For those who don't know, X battles let you play in ranked modes to compete for X power. After playing 5 X matches, you are given your initial X power. Points can be gained or lost depending on how you perform in best of 3 sets. While I thought X battles were a nice feature to have, it felt like a weird choice to highlight them as the main mode for the update. The majority of the Splatoon player base isn't even S+, so it's not even like they can experience the mode. And it's not even like the mode changes up the moment-to-moment gameplay very much. The only main difference is that you'll get harder or easier teammates depending on your current X power. Also, what are these point gains? Why can I get a plus 100 points for going 3 and 2, but then get plus 23 for going 3 and 0? It feels like a roll of the dice if you actually get points that you deserve. Also, I swear half of my games people rage quit when they're about to lose. This makes the match not count as a loss for the rest of the losing team. It's so bad that people would disconnect on the victory screen after the match ends. You won't catch me complaining when it happens to me though. I can't really complain about X rank that much because this happened. The catalog for this season was pretty good. Most of the gear added was really cool. I really liked the ink wash shirt, zebrafish high tops, and white clam 600s. The emotes were kind of lame though. Who's next is boring, and your move does nothing for me. I forget the all chill emote is in the game. The you're welcome emote is pretty cool, I guess. Robo stepping and wave him off are pretty sick though. It's so much fun waving people goodbye with the biggest, most devious grin I've ever seen. The new seasonal banner looks pretty cool. This is definitely the coolest rare seasonal banner we have got, which I have gotten none by the way. I've dumped millions of coins and conch shells into this stupid machine and have yet to get a single title. Salmon Run received some new content too. We finally got to experience Big Run for the first time, and it was pretty fun. For those who didn't get to play the Big Run is an event that happens every few months, where Salmonids invade one of the multiplayer stages. The stage for this Big Run was Wahoo World. The event ranked you on your performance compared to other players. Those who had the biggest golden egg yields got special badges and a special trophy. You would get rewarded if you made the top 50, 20, or 5%. Of course I'm a god tier gamer and got the 5% badge. There was so much more to like about the event. Not only Salmon Run was affected by the event, but the entire game felt the impacts of the Big Run. The atmosphere was so ominous, which was kind of jarring coming from Splatoon. Despite this, it was a really refreshing and fun event. We also got a returning Salmon Run stage, Marooner's Bay. This was one of the better maps from Splatoon 2, so I'm glad it came back. Marooner's Bay is a ship that has a bunch of uninkable walls across it. In order to get up to the stage, you have to go on a very long route around the bow of the stage, or use the propeller platforms to lift you up. This can make transporting eggs from the shore to the basket really awkward. This is definitely the hardest stage in the game by far. I kind of appreciate the difficulty though. The stage is really long, which makes it really difficult to deal with stationary bosses that spawn on the opposite side of the map. During the chill season, we got 2 Splatfests, Spicy vs Sweet vs Sour, and Dark Chocolate vs Milk Chocolate vs White Chocolate. These Splatfests reworked Tricolor Turf War. Instead of the team that's currently winning at halftime defending and the other teams that are currently losing attacking, anyone could randomly be put on attacking or defending. This would be a great change, but there's one big issue. If you were the defending team, you could play with up to 3 other friends in Tricolor Turf War. Now you can only play with 1 friend. This made Spicy vs Sweet vs Sour the most disappointing Splatfest of Splatoon 3. The actual Splatfest themes themselves were pretty fun. The themes were unique and felt competitive. The only thing I didn't like is White Chocolate. I refuse to believe White Chocolate won. Like, who actually eats white chocolate? It's so gross. There were a few other features added. You can now fold t-shirts in your locker. This was kind of random but cool, I guess. New table turf battle cards were added for the new weapons and the new kits. Also, you can see the name of the song that's currently playing at the beginning of a match. The best way to describe the chill season is incredibly mediocre. Was it bad? No. Was it super special? Not really. The season just didn't have a big brand new thing that made it feel really special. It was just painfully average. The biggest addition, Big Run, happened right at the beginning of the season. This left the rest of the season feeling kind of empty and bland. The new weapons added were underwhelming too. There wasn't that much content that made the game feel super different or fresh. While Big Run and X-Rank were nice, they didn't change the moment-to-moment gameplay of regular battles, which just left the season feeling kind of blah. The season just felt like it had a lack of impactful content. Maybe they could have freshened up the season by adding a few weapon kits in the mid-season patch, or maybe even some gear. Literally anything to make the chill season feel more fresh. The chill season has thoroughly earned its B-rank spot on the season tier list of doom. It's not all bad though. The next season, the fresh season, looks to be adding a lot more impactful content. 2 new specials, a kit that looks really strong, and new modes have me really hyped. What did you think about the chill season? Did you love or hate it?